It's track reviews.
Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well, and it is time for a review, specifically a track review of one new song, a collaboration between Scott, Marshall, Eminem, Cudi, the fast rapper, the two crazy worlds crossing over. For what reason, I don't know. A lot of people just in concept are confounded by the prospect of this crossover, but you know, even though Cudi and Eminem do have very different respective styles, they both do have a catalog that deals quite a bit in angsty, negative feelings, moody feelings, mental health occasionally as well. So maybe there's more in common between these two than some are willing to acknowledge. So given that, I am pretty excited to listen to this new song from both of them, The Adventures of Moon Man and Slim Shady. There is a huge promotional rollout for this one single song. It was announced a little bit in advance on Kid Cudi's website. There is a massive amount of merch being dropped just in relation to this song, where it's just literally this single cover art on hoodies, on shirts. There's 7-inch singles, there's 12-inch picture discs, there's tapes. Like, any way you want this single, you can have it. And it makes me wonder if these two have more coming down the pipe, if they're going to do this much for one single track. But I guess you really never know. So again, pretty psyched to try out this track and see how exactly these two work together, try to complement each other. I guess we will see. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor in this video, the good people over at The Ridge. They make these nifty, amazing, slick, sleek, metal plated minimalist wallets that fit nicely in your front pocket. Replace your disgusting, filthy leather wallet today that is sitting there taking up way too much room in your pocket right now. Using the link down below with promo code MELON, 10% off. Okay, Kid Cudi, Eminem, Adventures of Moon Man and Slim Shady. Let's go ba-bam. Okay, I mean, that was okay. I don't really mind it. I guess it surpassed my expectations. You know, I seriously thought this was going to be like a total fucking mess. I really did. It was not. It was a pretty vibey, coherent, enjoyable track that was very much lower on the cringe than I thought it would be. It surpassed expectations. So the question is, why did it do that? Well, one, the production is pretty good. It's a mystical, moody, textured beat with a lot of trippy touches, some new agey touches as well. There are some elements to the production too, like the hey, and the way the beat is kind of grooving. To me, that felt a little Kanye-ish. As far as the Cudi section of the track, which is really the whole first leg of the song, the flows and, again, the textures in the beat are sounding good. Are his bars blowing me away? Is the writing his best writing? Is the vocal performance his best vocal performance? Not necessarily. You know, we're not even really getting too many hums on this one. But the bars for Cudi run pretty personal, and I don't mind the writing. I don't mind it. It's just not really like, you know, putting me in an exciting or, again, a mind-blowing place. It's more kind of the vibe of the flows and the instrumental that are really the selling point. Then when Eminem comes in, I feel like a dynamic of the song is instantly lost, because if you notice the way Cudi's vocals are treated, there are, again, a lot of reverby and trippy touches on his voice at certain points just to add a different sound or a feel to the track, because it makes it sound a little otherworldly and a little left field and just a little strange and ominous, like you're floating in space with him as he's rapping with you these mental bars. Then when Eminem comes in, his voice is super freaking dry. So of course it sort of takes you out of that vibe entirely, which I don't know why he would have insisted on that, especially since his flow on this track for him is relatively easygoing. For his voice to be treated at least a little bit with something, I think would have added to the sound of the song and would have made him sound like he's a bit more a part of the track. Now, again, Eminem's flows and delivery delivery for him at this point in his career is relatively measured. He's not going super duper overboard. It's not blam, 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 blam. It's nothing like that. You know, he's really in a toned down vocal delivery on this one, and while he does throw in, you know, some internal rhymes and lines, and he is speeding up his flow and some of the rhythms here and there, sort of adding extra little rhythmic embellishments in certain lines, he is following kind of like the blueprint of Cudi's flow on the song a good deal of the time. It does feel like both of them are artistically connected in that sense. Eminem isn't just popping in here and just doing anything that he feels like. Then it's kind of the matter of Eminem's bars, which can be hit or miss. We know what Eminem's writing is like at this point, so of course you're going to see lines like, I'm not high, but I'm your highness, or another line where, you know, so I'm like a drug, so your opinion of me is high as fuck. Also the weird, it sounded like an ad-lib that he was doing or something, where he needed to throw out the specificity of the fluoride wash to put context of the swish line, as if it wasn't already painfully obvious. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go back and listen to it. There were some bars that I thought were kind of clever, or maybe a little funny, like the Corona nod line where he was going on about landing in a casket because you're coughing, and the other bar in reference to Medusa and staying ahead of snakes, I thought was incredibly clever, honestly. But then, of course, like, there were some others that felt really odd to me, like the one about him needing to feel human by going to the bathroom and vacuuming. Look, the bars are spotty in my view, in terms of, like, are they kind of cringy? Are they kind of clever? Are they entertaining? But I will commend Eminem once again for not just, like, you know, pulling off an overkill here on this track, and you know, just trying to fit the tone of the song overall. Then Scott cleans up shop with a few lines at the very end where he's going on about like a trilogy or something. Like, the way that I read it, it felt like there may be more to come from these two, which, again, considering how like ambitious the rollout is and the merch line is for this track, it does make me wonder if there's going to be more coming down the pipe for all of this. And maybe it's in the cards, maybe it's based on whether or not the reception of this song is positive. I don't know. I suppose we will just have to see. Overall, I guess I will say that I thought this track was not bad. The only thing that I think really would have improved it is if there was maybe some kind of concept or topic or through line between what both of them were doing thematically and lyrically, and if just Eminem's and Cudi's bars were just like a few cuts above where they are currently, really. So yeah, The Adventures of Moon Man and Slim Shady, those are my thoughts on the track. Make sure to leave yours down in the comments of this video. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up, or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Slim Shady, Kid Cudi, forever.